held the ultimate power in the universe.
Down in the yard, and they swing it out of the backfield, and able to slip the tackle, and stepping out of bounds is Tyreek Hill for a first down.
There is a block, and touchdown pass, Aguilar from the rookie Mac Jones. His first NFL touchdown pass.
A lot of time. It's gonna go deep. Has a man deep. It is caught for the touchdown. Corey Davis.
Guess what? We have a special guest here on the show. She is a actress. She is a camera operator. She's got projects going on out all around the world, basically. Let's just put it that way. But she's got one going on in Atlanta. I've seen stuff where she's got stuff going on in LA. But please do me a favor and welcome to the show, Rocky Shay. Welcome to the show, Rocky. Glad to have you on board, and finally, actually, get to see you again. So it's been a long time.
It has. It's been what, 2 or 3 years?
3 years.
Oh my word!
3
Time
years.
flies.
A lot has happened since the start of college football and NFL and the NFL season, and there's a lot to get to. We have a lot of news that's dropped within the last 2-3 hours. And a lot of good news, middle of the road news, and bad news. But we're just gonna get straight to it because I'm one of those people from the South, and I really just can't help it. So
I get it. No, you're talking to a Southern girl,
I can't keep my mouth shut. And that's what makes me perfect for this show. So we're gonna start right with college football. Okay, so both of us saw that Alabama versus Texas game.
Yeah, we did.
Alabama was favored to win that.
On the spread they were favored, but I watched game day, and all but one favored Texas.
Yeah, which kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I saw one person picking Texas to win it. Don't get me wrong, Sarkisian's a great coach. Sarkisian's a great coach, but he's not Nick Saban.
No, he's not. But I tell you, Alabama, they flat out outplayed us in every area. We just didn't. We did not look like Alabama at all.
No,
at all.
No. And this is coming from. And I was thinking, we're talking about Nick Saban, basically the greatest coach in the history of college.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So, and I'll just say, Alabama, they did not play well. I was expecting a very high-powered offense.
A lot better than we saw, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. And believe it or not, I'm not sure if you watched the press conference that Nick Saban gave after, but here's Nick Saban.
This was a test for everybody. It was a test for the coaches. It was a test for me. It was a test for all the players. And we obviously didn't do very well, but it's the midterm. It's not the final. So if we can learn from some of the mistakes that we made, coaches and players alike, we can all get better and have a lot better opportunity, I think, to be successful in the future.
So you heard Nick Saban.
I did, and honestly, he was just dodging everything.
Yes, during that press conference, you could tell that he was pissed.
Yeah, and what he should have been.
Yes, and because I took notes during the game, so you're telling me that Jalen Milroe turned the ball over twice.
When I'm curious with your opinion. Do you think he should have hit tie-in, taken Milroe out?
We have three. He has three quarterbacks that he's brought in. One from Notre Dame, and you see what Notre Dame's doing with Sam Hartman.
Exactly.
They're having some success. They beat the brakes off Navy. Navy fans that are going to be listening to this, I'm sorry, but Sam Hartman showed up and he was fantastic.
Well, they played North Carolina State, actually. This is who they played Saturday.
Okay.
I think before they may have played Navy. But
First
yes,
game they
I watched
played-
that as much as
the
we could.
first game
Remember,
they
it was a
played-
bad thunderstorm in South Carolina. And
Yeah.
so it messed up everything about, when you could see, what game. I was trying to flip back, keep up with the Miami game, and then all the channels got screwed up. So, yeah.
And I'm with you. Look, we have three other quarterbacks in this Alabama roster, and Ty Simpson he's been working out with an NFL quarterback, with an NFL trainer. So why not put him in this game?
Yeah,
I guarantee.
I wish you could have heard me. I was just going insane. I could not understand why, anyone. Hell, I could have went in there and put me in or something. I don't know. But just Milroe wasn't doing it. But Saban said the reason why is because, he was going to take him out, but then he scored the touchdown. Well, la-di-da, great that he scored the touchdown, but still he was screwing up in every other aspect.
No. He threw one deep ball that was pretty good, but when you got Ty Simpson and what I've seen he can do, I think Jalen Milroe is like a wide receiver playing quarterback, almost.
Well, do you remember, and I know you do, when it was between Tua and Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, that's what it's starting to seem like now. It's history repeating itself.
But I wasn't even impressed by Milroe during spring training or whatever, the A game. Wasn't impressed then. Wasn't impressed last year whenever Bryce was hurt and he went into play. I don't think he's not calm. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have the composure that Jalen to Bryce have. He seems like
in the pocket.
Yeah. So I don't know. We definitely have to make that change. Hopefully, I think if they don't, honestly, did you hear the fans start booing?
Yes,
that's the
and
first time they've
loud.
done that in years.
And in ESPN and HD, I think with people realize that with everything being mic'd up now, and you hear absolutely everything, and when stuff is not going according to plan or what the fans are looking for, they're gonna let you know.
Oh yeah.
And this is the team that if they play like this, I'm not seeing a national championship, but if they make some changes, then maybe we'll see them in the playoffs. But right now, from that loss, like Nick Saban said, it's the midterm. But still, you want to do well on a midterm. Who doesn't?
Well, we played Texas too. It's not like we played, what was it, Ball State, who Georgia played. They played another girls' school or whatever. No one else really in the country had a game like we did, week 2, and they did that on purpose. Is what I forget who was saying that, but yeah. So I don't know. I expected us to win, not win big, but I'm upset that we lost. But I also know that our schedule gets a lot tougher, so we got to get our stuff together.
It does not. And look, you're trying to. So I'm going let me get this straight. If we play like this, if you go up and play like this against, say, like LSU or Florida State, look, this is embarrassing.
We're done if that happens.
I just don't see Alabama if they play like this against, like, say, some other teams like a Tennessee or an LSU.
Yeah,
which
we're going to lose every time.
Offenses. It's not.
We're in trouble.
A fun day.
No, it's not.
But
also our. I'm sorry.
I wanted to get your opinion. I wanted to get your opinion on the quarterback controversy that's going on in Alabama.
Well, there's mine. Just take Milroe out, period. Just put somebody else in.
Yeah, because I'm with you. Preseason didn't exactly look the greatest.
No, it was awful. I mean, not
And
awful, but obviously he's not awful. But
and
I don't know.
Ty
I'm just
Simpson
really
should
aggravated. I'm aggravated with Nick that he didn't take him out. Honestly, we're playing Texas. We weren't playing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
he wasn't.
So
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna be
was.
curious who plays Saturday.
Me too. Me too. And I'm hoping that he makes some really good decisions and decides to put someone out there that can throw the ball consistently and accurately.
Yeah, and just it just I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe Milrow got the big head because the week before he had such good stats. But
It's
again,
any
look who we were playing.
Yeah, anybody can carve up a bad defense.
Yeah.
And what Middle Tennessee was clearly not a great defense.
Yeah.
So
No.
Of course Milrow is going to look. I could look good against that defense. Bryce Young,
Oh, I
when he
could.
was there, yeah. So at this point, there's a quarterback controversy going on in Alabama, and I
Absolutely.
know Nick Saban, that has to be at the top of his list. I hope that they get this quarterback situation resolved before another game takes place, a big game takes place.
They're gonna have to. We've got who do we have coming up?
Schedule is not easy.
No, it's not at all. I compared I compared Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, and USC.
That's ridiculous.
All of their schedules to ours. It's insane. Like we play we play Ole Miss after South Florida.
And that's not gonna be an easy game.
No, it never is. It's always a good one.
They took Bryce Young the distance last season.
Yes, they did.
And if Milrow plays like that, oh yeah, I see possibly maybe another loss.
Absolutely.
But we all know we'll see what happens on the next game, but there's some decisions that got to be made.
Oh yeah, well he's going to make changes. We know that. It's going to be curious to see what it is.
Now, of course, now we got to jump into what's been the biggest stuff that's been happening, and that's the NFL season, and that starts straight. Let's just go straight into the NFL season.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Let's start off with the Sunday football games.
We had some good ones for sure.
Yeah, the Sunday football games. I'm gonna start with the Bengals and the Browns. For somehow Joe Burrow cannot beat the Cleveland Browns.
I don't know what the curse is there, but there's definitely a curse. I'm sorry, I'm just not a huge Browns fan at all.
Yeah, good. Well, neither is Joe Burrow because he was running for his life from Myles Garrett, who was on the other side, just having fun with him. So,
well, yeah, he's a beast anyway. So,
and so I'm going like, really? No wonder Burrow's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. Next, we got the Panthers and the Falcons game. I actually watched it to try to see what happened because I wanted to see what Bryce Young could really do as a starting quarterback in the NFL. So,
yeah, he didn't have a great day.
I can't blame Bryce. I can't put all the blame on Bryce Young.
No, I'm glad the Falcons won though, even though I like Bryce. But that's our first home opener we've won since 2017. So maybe that's promise. But I mean.
I know one of the reasons why the Panthers didn't have success. Number one, they can't protect Bryce Young.
Yeah, no.
Number two, what weapons does he have to throw to? Not good ones. Not good ones.
No. Carolina's definitely rebuilding.
And no run game.
Yeah, but you have to have those to win. So their defense wasn't great either. So I'm going to give credit to the Falcons. I'm going to have to.
Me too.
They looked a lot better. They did. I tell you, I was glad. The past 2 years I've been in California, so I couldn't pick them up. And that's back when the Falcons would find a way to lose every time. Like I would have to take like a Xanax to watch them. So I'm out in California. I can't see them, but I'm watching the ticker. And sure enough, they would be leading. And then all of a sudden they lost. So, yeah.
Well, they have their quarterback, Desmond Ritter. Okay, he's playing.
I like him.
He's playing a lot better. This is the Desmond Ritter that I saw back in Cincinnati. So,
yep.
And now you added Bijan Robinson, the running back from Texas. You add him to the mix, and Drake.
He had a good game too,
and the Drake London wide receiver. So I can see this Falcons team. I'm not gonna say NFC.
Yeah, don't say it.
They're not. No, maybe, and this is a very strong maybe, like a wild card, the wild card round, and that's a very strong possibility, but we all know there's better teams in the NFC.
Oh yeah. I'm not even going to make that prediction until like way later, whenever they prove to me that they won't find a way to, lose every game, which is usually what happens.
But also, moving on to the Bucks and the Vikings game. So, what makes you think that? I don't know what makes people think, and there's so many Baker believers.
I like Baker, but I just like his personality. But he is a good quarterback. He did really good at the beginning.
Baker played well. But and we're trying to elevate. Kirk Cousins would not be Kirk Cousins without Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah, no doubt at all. He's something else.
That's his only consistent safety blanket wide receiver.
How do you think the Vikings will do this season? Are you a Vikings?
Wow. Them, if their defense gets better, which I don't see it getting any better.
Right.
I see it as a possible. They'll go to like I said, they're not going to be. If anything, they'll be in the playoffs, but in that wild card round spot, and I have them. And we'll get to where I have them losing, who I have them losing against, but I don't see them going that far. And Kirk Cousins reminds me has that style. It's a lot like Drew Brees. The coaches, it's just get the ball out quickly. Get the ball out quickly. Kirk is not a mobile type quarterback.
No, he never has been. He's not he's not quick on his feet.
You've seen the Netflix series that they have called Quarterback. There's one on Netflix.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen it on there, but I haven't watched it.
Okay, great. But I'll just say you get to see another side of Kirk Cousins, and you get to find out a little bit more why he is the way he is.
Okay. Well, I want to watch that, and I also want to watch Hard Knocks just because of the Jets. With Aaron Rodgers. I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers fan, but I do feel bad for him though. Last night, man.
We're going to get to Aaron Rodgers news.
I'm sorry. I just had to say about the Hard Knocks.
Some Aaron Rodgers news I have. Yep. So, and now this is the main event game, the Sunday night football game. The Cowboys and the Giants.
Cowboys are back. Dak is back. Dak Prescott looks amazing.
I would like Dak to just do me one favor, and that's if he can, which I don't see it happening, but if he can get to an NFC Championship game, that's all I look. The defense is great. The defense is absolutely fantastic. Micah Parsons is absolutely a monster. Micah Parsons is a monster.
Wow.
So is the rest of that defense. Now you add Stephon Gilmore next to Trayvon Diggs. That's you made an elite defense. I just need Dak not to turn the ball over.
We'll see. But I'm telling you that they looked really good. They looked really good. So if Dak can stay healthy.
Against the Giants.
So the Giants are not good.
Daniel Jones is terrible.
Well, hey, no, they're not good. The Giants, they sucked last year too, and it looks like they're going to do it again.
On his last year, this is Saquon Barkley's last season with them.
I'm surprised he's made it as long as he did.
He signed a 1-year deal with the Giants, and that was it. Nothing
I
after
don't
that.
blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all for that.
I'll tell you one thing. If he ends up going to an AFC team, and ends up having success, that's a major shot to the Giants.
Yeah, I can see that.
Lord
I don't
forbid.
think the Giants were too surprised, though, honestly.
Well, so they had a wide receiver that was great during preseason. Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. They did not put him in. I'm surprised.
He was fantastic at Tennessee. He gave everybody trouble.
Yeah, he gave Georgia trouble. He gave Alabama trouble. He gave
Yes, he
LSU.
did.
So why aren't we playing him?
He may not be doing good in practices. If you screw up in practice and I don't know, maybe that's it. But no, he's a beast whenever he's firing off on all cylinders for sure.
He's got to have a good quarterback throwing him the ball too.
But true, that's true too. So that makes a difference.
Daniel and now the main event of the which is you. Please tell me you watched the Monday Night Football game.
Last night, of course I did. But you know what? I missed the very beginning when Aaron got hurt. I did miss that. I was walking my dog.
It's fine. It's fine. You didn't miss much, but we got to talk about Mr. Josh Allen. Josh Allen was terrible.
4 interceptions. I kind of felt sorry for him, but he was just not there. He wasn't present.
4 interceptions, and then
horrible.
Then he happens to have a fumble. You threw interceptions, and in the same guy had been catching his interceptions.
He had 3 interceptions. That was kudos to him, though.
I was watching that like, Josh, what are you doing?
Who's their backup?
I think it's Case Keenum.
Okay. Put him in. I'm all for giving the other guy a chance. If you're just going to 4 interceptions, I think it's time to, after the second one, maybe try something else. What do you got to lose at the game?
I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, Josh, you don't have to look for the big play all the time.
Yeah.
He's forcing the ball downfield, and I'm looking up. I'm like, you know what? I'm glad. What is Josh Allen doing in the red zone? A little bit of nothing.
Right.
So
he wasn't present.
I don't think they've mentally recovered. We all saw what happened when the Bengals came into Buffalo and in the snow. Yeah. I don't think they've mentally recovered from that game because all offseason, Stephon Diggs had been having some issues with Josh Allen, and it's starting to show. Stuff is not right.
They said that's how it was with the Falcons whenever the New England did that to us at the Super Bowl. But, you got to let that stuff go, man. I don't know. I don't know. Josh, how old is he? He's 38?
Yeah, he'll be 38 this year. He'll be 38 this year.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Josh Allen was awful.
Yeah, he was bad.
And somehow, like, this can't be the same Josh Allen that saw go toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
This is not that Josh Allen. And and when he faced the Vikings and Kirk Cousins, you had the game to win. He had a perfect. All he had to do was run the ball.
Yeah.
Just take time off the clock. But no, Josh decides to be big time Superman and throw the ball. And guess what? He throws it in the red zone and it's intercepted. And now the Vikings come back and win.
Yeah, he was just he just wasn't there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he had something personal. Who knows? But maybe it's just a bad off night. I don't know. It was a horrible night to pull that. But anyway, it happens, I guess.
Aaron Rodgers was taken out of the game. You had a perfect shot.
Right. You had it open.
You had all you had to do was just not turn the ball over. Don't look for the big plays downfield. Just play consistent football. And
it was a boring game to watch though, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing
after
really
that,
big happened except the interceptions.
for New York fans, for New York Jets
Yeah.
fans, yes, they got their win. But with Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
Josh Allen has yet to beat Zach Wilson now. He lost to
That's
him.
not
He
good.
lost to him last season, and he's lost to him this season.
Dang.
Your systems are offline.
Okay, so right out of the gate, so we got some really good news. So this is actually coming in like maybe I'll say a week, but it's still relevant. David Bakhtiari, who protected Aaron Rodgers for the Green Bay Packers, is going to be signing with the Carolina Panthers. So that could give Bryce Young some help, some protection.
Okay.
So this could give him some, like, give Bryce a little bit of confidence knowing that he can actually throw.
Okay.
And so what do you think about Bryce actually having some protection now?
Well, I mean, that's where, it starts at the O-line. If you don't have an O-line, you don't have protection. If you're running for your life every snap, then it's going to be hard to win and hard to have someone to throw to. You're not being protected. Got to protect quarterback.
Yes, and with the way officials are now, they're protecting quarterbacks more than ever.
Oh, yeah. And they have to. I get that. But no, starts with the O-line. I think that's what was wrong with the Falcons in the past couple of years. And it also looked like that's what was Alabama's problem. But then also, Texas is a good team. We didn't play an all-girls school. We played Texas, who will be in the SEC next year.
Yeah, and I have to give it to Quentin Ewers. He played very well.
Yeah.
He played very well. And also some other news. So, wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, who's newly signed with the New England Patriots, is expected to miss several season games due to a knee injury that may require surgery.
That's not good.
No, and Juju is coming off that Super Bowl win with the Chiefs, so I'm not understanding what injury he did have. There were no injuries reported after that game, but maybe during practice and training camp, he may have pushed it a little bit too hard. But that's one less receiver for Mac Jones now.
I like Mac, though.
Yeah, Mac is good, but he needs good people to throw it to.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, no, you're right.
And now that Juju's down, you're now stuck with Kendrick Bourne, Hunter Henry, who were
Hunter Henry's solid. Pretty good.
He's solid. Hunter is solid. But if for me, I definitely in the next season or next draft, I go get Mac some more weapons.
Almost definitely.
Because at Alabama, he had a boatload of weapons to throw to. You had Najee Harris, Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Smith to throw to. So I'd say get him some receivers around that level. You're not going to get Devontae Smith, not anytime soon. He's thriving with the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So, and I don't see him leaving Jalen Hurts anytime soon.
Oh, no. Jalen, I'm so proud of him, though. I'm so happy for him that, he's doing so well.
He's become the face of the Eagles franchise, so I like that.
I do too. I really do.
Just during that Patriots-Eagles game, I was expecting more points to go up.
It was comparatively a lot closer than I thought it would be, but like you said, I thought it would be a lot more points. Scored, and just wasn't.
But hey, it's the first game of the season for them, so
right.
And we'll see if I know they're going to stack up more points. They have a very good run game, very good wide receivers in AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. So
they're going to get better.
Yeah, and this is just game one.
Yeah.
And also in some Aaron Rodgers news, it is an Achilles injury, so he is out for the season. And that puts Zach Wilson as the starting quarterback. And this is not easy.
That sucks.
Yes,
I mean, it really does
does
for Aaron. I mean, kind of feel sorry for him just because, maybe this was going to be his last year or whatever. What is he going to do now? Who knows?
You face the Patriots, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Bengals.
Yeah,
That
he's in
is
trouble.
ridiculous.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, and that is something that I just don't see. I don't see him being the starting quarterback for that long.
Who's behind Wilson now? Who's the third? Who was the third string? That is now second.
That's the thing. No one knows who's behind Zach Wilson. I really don't know who's behind Zach Wilson at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because during the entire part of training camp, it was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
It was Aaron Rodgers, and then you had Zach Wilson, who was backing him up.
So in the Jets' defense as well, they practiced all week. I know Wilson got some, but they're expecting to play with Aaron Rodgers, and then he's gone after the first minute. So now you got to bring in Wilson, who knows the offense, but isn't that not like Aaron Rodgers? So yeah, I kind of feel sorry for him too. I don't know.
After four plays.
Yeah, that's not good.
And lastly, we have right here. We all saw how the Chiefs played against the Lions. Me being a Chiefs fan, I was just concerned. I was concerned. It was drama leading up all the way to that game.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'll be honest, I missed it.
No, there's been a lot of developments, and I could tell that Patrick Mahomes was not happy with that game.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he wasn't. He is a athlete. Yeah. He wants to win every game. Here is Patrick Mahomes after that game.
Other guys got to step up. I mean, it's going to have an impact on the game, but other guys got to step up, and they're going to have to step up in moments because I'm sure there'll be times he gets doubled. And so just going to have to rely on these other guys that are young and talented to step up and make plays, and I believe that they will.
Patrick, what was...
And he's 100% correct because Kelsey's going to get doubled.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get doubled.
Every time, but he usually, every now and then, he'll find a way to get free too, so.
And speaking of Kelsey is back at practice. And is, quote by Patrick Mahomes, he said these moving like Kelsey again.
Well, that's good.
So it wasn't a significant injury, but it was a bone bruise, as they say. It was a bone bruise.
Was it his hip?
It was his knee.
I missed that. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was his hip. I don't know.
It was a bone bruise in his knee, and when he tried to put weight on it before the Lions game, that he could not do it. He could not put weight on it, or let alone run in the training pool. So they had to go with the other tight ends, which they didn't do bad, but it's nothing like having Travis Kelce on that field.
No, of course not.
And we all know, here's the final bit of news for Russell Wilson and Denver.
He had a good game.
He had a very good game, and also wide receiver Jerry Jeudy is questionable for the next game.
Well, what's going on with Russell Wilson? I didn't know he got. I didn't know he had gotten hurt.
Russell Wilson, no. Jerry Jeudy, yes.
Okay. Well, we know Jerry Jeudy good, so
yes. So
wish him well.
But now Russ, I wish Russ would. There's gonna be some big critical games coming up, so he needs to play well.
Well, it's the NFL, and no game is given. That's why they're professionals. So, hey, you got to be ready each week.
and he should do well with the upgraded coach they got. They have Sean Payton, who brought Drew Brees to life.
Saints, yep.
So no excuses for the Broncos. Thank you for joining us tonight, and more than happy to have you on the show again, should you want to.
Thank you, Chris. Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll tide.